Hey cinephiles, with summer coming to a close, it means we're now within the best 4 months of film going. There are dozens of promising offerings, but here are my 10 most anticipated films of fall 2015. Number 10, Beasts of No Nation. Cary Fukunaga changed the landscape of television last year with the first season of True Detective, directing all 8 episodes. For his next project, he adapted, directed, and shot Beasts of No Nation, a harrowing drama about a charismatic leader played by Idris Elba, leading a small army of child soldiers in the midst of a civil war. While dealing with one of the most ugly topics affecting our world today, it looks stunning if relentless. Number 9, Sicario. After his 1-2 punch of the widely praised Prisoners and the underpraised Enemy, director Denis Villeneuve continues his 3-year streak with Sicario. Emily Blunt plays an FBI agent who is plunged into the world of border control when she joins a team tasked with taking down a drug lord. Josh Brolin and Benicio del Toro co-star, and the result looks like Traffic if it were directed by Michael Mann.
Spotter vehicle, left lane.
Spotter vehicle, 9 o'clock.
Get his weapon out.
Number 8, Macbeth. There's been no shortage of Macbeth adaptations over the years, with filmmakers as varied as Orson Welles, Akira Kurosawa, and Roman Polanski throwing their hats in the ring of the bard's famous tragedy. Thankfully, Justin Kurzel's adaptation looks to be very distinct. Filmed on location in Scotland, it's gritty yet gorgeous and stars 2 of the best actors working today, Michael Fassbender as Macbeth and Marion Cotillard as his lady. Number 7, Steve Jobs. After winning Best Director at the Oscars in 2009 for Slumdog Millionaire, Danny Boyle has jumped from one exciting project to another. This time, he's landed on Aaron Sorkin's adaptation of the Walter Isaacson book, Steve Jobs. The film is reportedly set backstage during 3 of the most important product announcements of Jobs' tenure at Apple. Michael Fassbender, again, one of the greatest actors to emerge in the last 10 years, plays Jobs. He sounds the part more than he looks it, but he has the chops to pull it off, and that's the important factor. The curious casting only begins there, with Kate Winslet, Seth Rogen, Jeff Daniels, and Sarah Snook filling in the wings.
If a fire causes a stampede to the unmarked exits, it'll have been well worth it for those who survive.
Speaking of wings, Sorkin's involvement ensures a lot of walking and talking in hallways. The trailer gives off some strong Birdman vibes, which is especially welcomed by me. Number 6, Spectre. In 2012, Sam Mendes directed Daniel Craig in what many consider to be one of the best Bond films ever made with Skyfall. Mendes and Craig are returning for the 24th Bond film, which features Ralph Fiennes as the new M and villains in the likes of Christoph Waltz and Dave Bautista. I didn't think Javier Bardem could be topped in this generation of Bond films, but now I'm seriously reconsidering that notion. Number 5, Taxi. In 2010, writer-director Jafar Panahi was arrested by the Iranian government after making controversial films about his country. He was banned from filmmaking for 20 years, but that didn't stop him from making glorified home movies in the form of This Is Not a Film and Closed Curtain. This time, Panahi is taking the camera outside of the domestic space and inside a cab. The result looks like Taxi Cab Confessions Tehran edition. Personally speaking, Panahi may be the single most inspiring filmmaker working today. I am invigorated at the very thought of seeing Taxi, winner of the top prize at the biggest film festival of them all, Berlinale. Number 4, Youth.
Just your mouth, just your love. Just your anointing oils, just your face, just your voice, just your voice.
Last year single-handedly proved that hotels and resorts make for a perfect stage to study the highs and lows of human behavior. This year, writer-director Paolo Sorrentino will be taking us to the foot of the Alps in Youth. Michael Caine plays Fred, a retired composer-conductor. Harvey Keitel plays Mick, a film director. The two are old friends who vacation together at the fancy hotel, no doubt musing over their memories and making grandiose observations about the lives around them. The trailer heavily recalls Sorrentino's own The Great Beauty, foreign language Oscar winner and my favorite film of 2013. Number 3, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. I've been as interested in the revival of the galaxy far, far away as much as the next fanboy, and I've said long ago that I would follow J.J. Abrams off a cliff. After being completely won over by what he did with the Star Trek franchise, there's few directors I'd trust more with the property. When the teaser trailer arrived, it confirmed my faith in this project. Somehow the spirit of the original has been harkened with that classic look, a reliance on practical effects, and a most exciting cast. Perhaps the Force really has been awoken.
Chewie, we're home.
Number 2, Daddy's Home. Despite what you might think about Will Ferrell... Okay, I'm kidding. That was a terrible joke. Number 2, The Hateful Eight. 2 words. Tarantino, Western. Django Unchained was just what the doctor ordered, and a massive improvement on an early script that I got my hands on. Similarly, I couldn't help myself from reading the script for The Hateful Eight, and even in that premature state, I knew QT had another hit on his hands. Primarily set in a one-room location, it just might be Tarantino's most dialogue-heavy script to date. Many think of the man as a writer first, director second, and it's arguable which is his master strength. I can't wait to see longtime collaborator Robert Richardson shoot the hell out of this boiler room thriller in 70mm Super CinemaScope. The fact that some of us will be able to watch it projected as such is the cherry on top. What's more, Tarantino himself announced the sprinkles of this bloody Sunday at the panel for The Hateful Eight at Comic-Con.
I'm here to announce that the great Ennio Morricone will not only be doing an original score for The Hateful Eight that he's writing right now, we'll be recording in Prague in the next couple of weeks, but that will be his first Western score in 40 years.
That's right. Legendary composer Ennio Morricone, whose existing work can be heard throughout Tarantino's filmography, will be doing the original score for the film. Number 1, The Revenant. When I was a kid, I was fascinated by the true story of Hugh Glass, a mountain man who was left for dead after being mauled by a grizzly. There's been several books written about the man, including The Revenant in 2003. Leonardo DiCaprio is playing Glass, with Tom Hardy and Domhnall Gleeson co-starring. I didn't think Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu could surprise me more than when I first heard about Birdman, one of last year's best films. But taking on a Western and re-teaming with Emmanuel Lubezki, the best DP in the biz, has me flabbergasted and downright giddy. They shot the film under grueling conditions, frequently wrestling with the elements and using only natural lighting. There were several walkouts during production, and one of the crew described the experience as a living hell. I cannot wait to see the madness that makes it to the screen. The Revenant is my most anticipated film of 2015. There you have it, my 10 most anticipated films for the rest of the year. This is one of the best fall movie lineups I've seen in recent memory, and there were a lot of movies I had to leave off my list. What films are you most excited for? Share your own list in the comments below, and until next time, keep watching.